Hello, my name is Ivan, and today I'll be telling you guys about a cool experiment you can do at home to learn about density. We'll have 3 different liquids of different densities, and we will stack them up. So to begin with, we had to measure the mass of our 3 liquids. Here we have canola oil, honey, and water. Here you can see that it's 13 grams, and if you look at the volume, it is at approximately 14 milliliters, and so we calculated density as 13 over 14 grams per milliliter, or 0.93 grams per milliliter. So for the honey, you can see it's 12 grams right here, and then if you look at the volume of it, it's at around 9 milliliters, and so the density is 1.3 grams per milliliter. For the water, we don't really have to measure it because it's universally known that it's 1 grams per milliliter. If we pour all 3 of them into this beaker right here, we can assume that honey, since it's the most dense, will be at the bottom, then water, and then canola oil. Okay, so for this part of the experiment, I have 3 different objects: sponge, screw, and a grape. And so what I want to do is I want to drop each individual object into this cup, and I want to predict where they'll land due to their density. Okay, since this sponge is in the shape of a rectangular prism, what I can do is use this measuring tape I have here and find the length, width, and height of this rectangle, and then find the volume. This sponge has a mass of around 3 grams. We obtained a volume of 72 milliliters. We're able to find that the density is 3 over 72 grams per milliliter, or 0.042 grams per milliliter. Okay, so next we have the screw, which is 6 grams. We use volume displacement in order to find the volume of both the screw and grape. So after doing calculations in order to find the density of the screw, we find that it's around 11 grams per milliliter. So next we have to find the density of the grape. As you can see here, it's at 6 grams as the mass. So the screw had a volume of around 10 grams per milliliter. And so the heaviest liquid here is honey, which only has 1.3 grams per milliliter. So I predict that obviously this will be sunken down all the way to the bottom past the honey. So if I just drop it in, you can see that that object right there is at the bottom. So with the grape, we obtained around 1.2 grams per milliliter. That's more dense than the water we have here. However, it is less dense than the honey. So what will happen is the grape will stop at right above the honey if you drop it in. And now I have the sponge. This one had an unbelievably small density, 0.04 grams per milliliter. And so the canola oil I have is 0.93. So the sponge has to float on top of it. So if you just drop it here, it'll just float. Density is an intensive property. So no matter the size of the object you're putting in there, it will always float. So this is my presentation over density. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.